I'm Alex Delarescu. My student ID is 9911851121.
I am Stephen Winstanley. My student number is 991457192.
My name is Andrew Mackay. My student number is 9914765524.
I'm Christopher Reynolds, and my student number is 991481165.
So we're going to be showing you the hotkey application that we made. As for the requirements, it has a backend SQL server. We just have 4 tables to store players, sponsors, teams, and win-loss, which is basically like a recorded game. This class right here is the initializer that populates the tables with data and creates them initially. All of these tables are accessed through the entity framework by the data context.cs class. As you can see here, it has an object for each table, as well as initializers. All of these tables are accessed through a service. And here's Steven, tell you about that.
Alright, so initially looking at the interface portion of the service provider, we can see all the operation contracts that we'll be using throughout the service's usage in our app. So we can see methods such as retrieve all players, but we can also see methods that take in certain parameters, such as retrieve all players by position, which will, upon the user entering a specific value, will retrieve the according value there. And if we scroll down a bit, we can see the get data contracts used by our service and the parameters that we'll be using. Most of them just hold a data table, which we'll be using to parse through the data later on. Now, looking at the actual implementation of our service, we can see full implementations, and we are using SQL connection to connect to the same database that the client is to be using, and just throughout using SQL commands and passing certain parameters such as position and our retrieve by position, we are able to retrieve the data table based around that. So over to Andy to tell you about the home controller.
So the home controller is the main controller for all of the views and each of the view controllers. Each view controller takes in the information from the service and packs it into a view bag and sends it to the actual view for the view to display.
As you can see, we have 5 views, 4 of which are actually use cases that show a different sort of data, as well as filtering data sets to be useful to the user. Here's Chris to tell you what the actual view is.
So this is our initial view. It's our home page. From here, it kind of just acts as a navigation menu to the other views, which actually implement the operations. So from here, you can either go to Display Team Details, which displays all of the teams along with their IDs, or List All Players, which displays the players, what team they're on, the positions they play. So first off, we will go to the listing of the teams. So as I stated earlier, this just displays the team names and the IDs that go along with them. But from here, if you enter in an ID in a text field, you can hit Next button, which takes you to display information on that specific team. And that one is the table view. And so from here, you can see the more information on the team. So it has the manager, coach name, all that stuff from the initial table, which is the teams table. And then it also displays from the team selected their win-losses, as well as their players on the team and their sponsors, which implements all the tables onto one view. And then our next view we have, which can also be accessed from the main screen, is the table view players. And this essentially just shows all the players and all the information on them. And from this screen is also another text field, which you can enter in that position that you want to see. And that brings you to the players by position, which essentially just, as it says, shows all the players based on what position they are. And then we will actually run the application, and you will see it. So here we have the application home screen itself. And from here, you can either choose Display Team Details here, or at the top, or also the player info at the top as well. So let's start off with Display Team Details. Just loading, it'll take a second here. Alright, so here we have all the IDs and all the names of the teams. So let's say, for example, we want to see the Boston Bruins. Type in 1 and see team details. So here you can see the info. You have the Boston Bruins, the manager, Doug Dimmadome, and coach Jim James. Their sponsors, all of their wins and losses. So here's all their games. If they won, they're on the left side in the winner column. If they lost, on the right side in the loser column. And then all the players on the team listed out here with their positions and their numbers. Go back to all teams here. And then let's just display a different one to see the information's different. So let's go to 3. You have all the information here for the Montreal Canadiens. Alright, and then we'll go to the main screen again here, and go to list all players. Here you can see a list of all the players that are in the league, all their different teams and the position they play. Let's say you just want to see all the goalies per se. You can go here, find by position of goalie. Here you can see all the goalies in the league, what team they play on. Let's say defense this time. So you go to defense, you find by position, and it's all the defensemen. So our 4 views, as you can see, were the initial screen, the display team details, the selection by team ID, list all players, and list all players by position. And that concludes our demonstration of our application.